Thanks for logging on with us here at 41NBC.com. I'm Melissa Lee. Now we'll continue our morning with some election coverage in the race for president. Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney, our president for the next 4 years. Barack Obama, and he wins with 50% of the votes in a very tight race. Moving on to U.S. House District 2, the race between Sanford Bishop and John House. Mr. Bishop, the incumbent, wins with 64% of the votes. We'll keep things moving to the U.S. House of Representatives, District 12, John Barrow versus Lee Anderson. John Barrow, the incumbent and Democrat, wins with 54% of the votes. Then we'll take things over to Amendment 1. This was on the ballot this year to allow state charter schools. 58% of folks voted yes, while 42% said no. Amendment 2 was to allow multi-year state leases, and 64% of people said yes, while 36% of people voted no. We'll move things over to the Georgia House District 144 race. Bubber Epps versus Mary Ann Whipple-Lew, and Bubber Epps, the incumbent, wins with 64% of your votes. And staying in the Georgia House District, this is 145, Rusty Kidd versus Quentin Howell. Rusty Kidd wins with 54% of the votes, and he is also the incumbent. Moving on to State House District 150, the race between Matt Hatchett versus Sheikh Rahman. Matt Hatchett, also the incumbent, wins with 67% of the votes. And then we take it on to Georgia Senate District 23, Jesse Stone versus Robert Ingham. Jesse Stone, the Republican incumbent, wins with 59% of the votes. Staying in the Senate, District 25, Burt Jones versus Darrell Black. Burt Jones wins with 64% of your votes. Darrell Black, 32%. Then we take things over to District 26, the race between David Lucas and Bobby Gale. David Lucas beats out Bobby Gale, 68% of the votes. Bobby Gale, 32%. Now we're moving on to the Bibb County Board of Education in District 3. Susan Sipe versus Angela Freeman. Susan Sipe, the incumbent, and she wins with 56% of the votes. Angela Freeman, just 44%. And in Bibb County Board of Education, District 4, the race between Lester Miller and Dominique Johnson. Lester Miller takes it home with 59% of your votes. Now we're still staying in Bibb County. We're moving on to the commission chairman. The incumbent, Sam Hart, wins with 65%. He beats out Republican candidate Tom Wagner. Staying in Bibb County, we move on to Commission District 4, Joe Allen versus Robert Abbott. And Joe Allen wins. He's also the incumbent with 70% of the votes. Now we're still in Bibb County, taking things over to the Superior Court Clerk race. Now this was Erica Woodford versus Linda Tillman, and Miss Woodford, she wins with 56% of the votes. Now we're on to the District Attorney race. This is the Macon Circuit. David Cook versus Greg Winters. Greg Winters is the incumbent. However, David Cook won with 55% of the vote. And in the district attorney race in the Chattahoochee Circuit, Julia Slater versus Mark Post, and Miss Slater wins with 57% of your votes. Be sure to watch tonight at 6 and 11. Have a great day.